I'm going to start this video by saying that I'm just going to be rambling things about the content that I'm making, the game in general, or just some random topics. So if you don't like people rambling in the background, or if you hate filler voice with no reason, then click off the video. I hate wasting people's time, but if you're interested, there is going to be Epic 7 content in the background, and yeah, enjoy. Hello, my name is Forever Life. At least that's the temporary name that I settled on a year ago. Quote unquote temporary, because I never changed it since. Yeah, you may notice that there is a few content gaps in my channel. And these content gaps, I really can't explain them properly. You may notice that when Pira, Ron, and someone else were like top meta at the time, I didn't really make PvP videos. I was more centered around lore videos, and there is a really simple reason for that. I just hated PvP, plain and simple. And now as I start to enjoy PvP, episode 4 released, and what is episode 4? It's just bad. I hate to say it, but it's bad. The writing got worse. You know, episode 1, episode 2, they were going uphill. Episode 3 was just mediocre in a way, because they tried to chew more than they could. They tried to eat more than they could chew. My apologies. And it's just like episode 3 deviated from what the bigger lore was supposed to be. Like, it felt like watching multiple shows instead of just, you know, focusing on the main plot, if you will. A lot of characters whom I used to respect just weren't it in episode 3, but ignoring episode 3, it was good all things considered. And then comes episode 4, it's just bad. So now I have no lore, and I built Zeo. Zeo, ironically enough, I used to hate him on release. I got him because I pitied the Mystic Summon. And boy, oh boy, when Amit came out, I wanted to test out Amit Kisei. So I decided, hey, my Kisei, whom is 290 speed, has 50% crit chance. I can move my Kisei gear to my Zeo, and on the opposite end, I can give my destruction gear to my Kisei. That way I can use the Amit Kisei combo while also having Zeo. That worked out. Ironically, Zeo went from a character I hated so much to a character I basically can't play without. I use him everywhere, every time, whenever possible, unless he is first picked by my enemy, or the other way around. If my enemy pre-bans Zeo, that's when I change up my strategy. But if I'm first pick and the chance is available, I will always pick Zeo. You know, one thing that did frustrate me back in the days was also when I used to play my 290 speed Kisei. You see, 290 speed isn't quote-unquote good enough nowadays. You have players who build Pira, Ron, Celolius, and these openers with 298 speed, 300 speed. I've seen a 320 speed Ron before. It's crazy how high their gear can reach, and it made me realize I'm just battling a uphill battle. That's why I also moved to Zeo, because you just win, you know? There's no 50-50, there's no speed RNG. He's just consistently top, for me at least. And yeah, that's what made me fall back into Epic 7 PvP, because now I can actually take first turn without no BS. And yeah, it worked out. I can enjoy the game to a degree. So while the story is lackluster now, at least the PvP is relatively playable. Of course, I still think this meta is one of the worst ones we have. Actually, it's always getting worse. I understand some people are saying, hey, this is the most diverse meta we've ever had. Go check the statistics. Go check it. Okay, Celolius has been top for so goddamn long. I don't understand why Smilegate's balancing is all about buff, 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 no nerf. The only units they nerfed were who? Sage Ball and Silver Blade. Admittedly, at the time they were broken. I don't know about now, but at the time they were broken. And what was it? They nerfed Hua Young, they nerfed Cerise, and honestly, Cerise, pre-nerf, very good unit. Post-nerf, you just you can't enjoy that unit anymore. It feels like the moment Smilegate has had enough of a unit, they intentionally kill it to shit, okay? I lost my Azamnak one-shot team, and I understand Yufine buff was a very interesting buff. They made her good for PvP, but then yeah, as I said, I lost my Azamnak one-shot team because of it. And it's made me feel a little... I have a little mixed feelings about the Yufine quote-unquote buff. Similarly, Lilibet buff. Why is it that they made Lilibet more RNG? You need to land a single bleed to make her S2 strong. But that's the thing. That's the thing. When they buffed Lilibet, they only made it more RNG worthy. So if you don't know what old Lilibet used to do, is S2 bleed used to be a 60% chance. 2 chances, 60%, but there was an exclusive equipment to raise it to 75%. Post buff, it's 3 chances, all of them at 50%. And you might be thinking, 50%, that sounds good. No, trust me. It is bad. It is horrible. You have to factor in 3 15% and 3 50-50s. It's just, it hurts more when you lose it, is what I'm trying to say. And let's talk about Ervelyn buff. Remember when they were gonna just straight up kill Ervelyn and make him a Banshee only unit? I'm not saying Ervelyn is good, but Smilegate balancing really is weird. It's just like they buff units and make them placebo, but then when they really want a unit to shine, they will overbuff that unit to a degree that is unfair. It's just sad to see. And so that's what I'm struggling with. The units I hate are constantly top of meta, and the units I like are always bottom of the meta. Now, what if the units I like were buffed to the top of meta? I might start hating them, not gonna lie, because I really hate repetition, and rarely, if ever, do I see my enemies diversify their picks. Hell, I try to adapt my enemies' picks, but I'm still seeing Orwell, Spectre, LR Crow, Yulhub being picked 24/7. I'm still seeing these same bruisery players. And then when I do see Cleave, these Cleave players have 320 speed, which let's talk about that for a second. How come it's possible that when I want to try units like Pavel, Kavel, Cowrick, by Cowrick I mean Fire Cowrick, these typical Cleave units that go 280 speed, 290 speed, 300 speed. Just for reference, my Zeo with his 20% CR is considered 300 something speed, like 310, 320-ish. But my other units, literally my second fastest unit, Doom Bunny, is 255 speed. That's a big drop. That's an over 50 speed drop. I just can't compete with players who pick Ron, Zaha, Quatcher, and these 280, 290 speed units. It's just not even a fair competition at this point. And I've never seen a gacha game do this. Usually in gacha games, if you want to build DPS, you have a way to farm DPS gear. Yes, your bruiser defense gear won't work, and because you're trying to build DPS, right? You're farming the DPS node, or you're farming this hunt that will guaranteed give you DPS gear. I don't see Epic 7 do that. Like, am I crazy? Am I crazy for wanting to play a certain playstyle? Hell, I might want to try a different playstyle, but I can't guarantee it. The other day I tried to build my Charlotte gear up, and my rolls were hideous. They kept, I had 3 good stats: crit damage, HP, defense. You'd think, yes, finally, these stats will rock. I roll 2 rolls into crit damage, both min rolls, which min rolls are hell on earth. Why are the min rolls in this game so low? You could roll 4% attack twice, but a gear piece can roll once and get the same number you got. It's crazy. Anyways, as I was saying, so I roll 2 crit damage defense rolls. I think, I'll take it. At least it rolled into the correct stat. And then On my plus 12 roll, I roll flat attack. And this is where I get into risky territory. I plus 15 the piece, and it min rolls flat attack. Why? So not only is this game making it difficult for you, the player, to play your playstyle, it also makes it difficult to get the gear in the first place. And if I accept this level of standard, if I accept this piece that effectively has 4 min-rolled rolls, I'm not gonna make it anywhere. I'm sorry to say it, but Emperor players are only Emperor for their gear. I mean, just look at the Epic 7 World Championships. Literally the top winners of the Epic 7 World Championship are quite literally admitting to account sharing, and that while they're offline, someone is there constantly repeat battling the hunts, and you know, they're all whales, they're all leviathans. They keep buying these packs, spamming summons, spamming this, spamming that. All of their units are max imprints. Am I saying that's bad? No. If I'm being honest with you, these leviathans are what are keeping the game alive, at least for now. Because as time goes on, I am noticing that even whales are frustrated. I mean, before I go into these other topics, let's talk about the ML5s. Recently, we've been getting lackluster ML5s that need emergency buffs. I mean, let's look at Astromancer Elena. On release, very mediocre. And then after her banner expired, she got a balance update and boom, she's strong, she's usable. People got mad because had they known she would get buffed, they would have rolled for her. It is what it is. And then come Death Dealer Ray. Death Dealer Ray comes out, and then they had to give him an emergency buff and nerf 2 artifacts for him. Wow, suddenly people want to roll for him. Same thing with Laika. While her banner was up, boom, emergency buff to her S2. They made her strong. It is what it is. Then come MLK Ron. Aside of the lackluster animations, they didn't even buff him. They just left him. And then they released ML4 Karen, which is actually better than every other ML5 they've released, both animation-wise and gameplay-wise. I mean, I hate to say it, but Light Aiden has been really silent since last piece Karen came out. I understand Karen has counters and all, but you can't deny, compared to the ML5s on release, ML4 Karen on release is better. Okay, it is what it is. So whales are mad. It really makes me wonder why I played this game. Really, I love Epic 7, but when I start talking Epic 7, I have nothing but complaints. Yeah, so gear management. It's a skill I hate to my core, okay? Gear management is a skill. I understand that. But as I said before, I might be repeating myself here. Why is it that my account, that my playstyle isn't determined by my units? It's determined by my gear. In most games, if I want to play DPS, there has to be a way to get DPS gear. I am so tired of rolling Wyvern only to get bruiser-ish gears, and then when I do try to roll DPS gears, it rolls into, it's min rolls or it rolls into the wrong stats. I'm not saying I don't get good DPS I'm not saying I don't get good DPS gear occasionally, but that's the thing. Occasionally. It's just, why? I don't want to build bruiser. Yes, I have good bruiser gear, but I refuse to fall into that. Not everyone wants to build a Ravi, Yulha, and these bruiserish units that other peoples are spamming, especially Emperor players. I swear to God, Emperor players, you think they're Emperor because they're good? No. Trust me, they make the same mistakes you do. They play the same way you do, except their gear is exceptional. It is crazy. Anyways, I don't want to prolong this video any longer. I might make a part 2 of this. Actually, I'll just talk about one last topic before I leave, which is the longevity of this channel. You see, as I said, the channel life is determined based off Epic 7. If I don't like the story, I'm not gonna make lore videos, okay? And if I don't like the PvP, I'm not gonna make PvP videos. And I really, really sincerely don't want to make guides such as Wyvern one-shot, Azimnak one-shot, and these, Labyrinth play and whatever. It's just all boring to me. That is not who I am. And really, I hate leaving my channel a week without content, but whenever I record PvP videos, either the matches are very boring, or, they lack diversity. At some point, it felt like I was recording the same video over and over, because, as I said, I pick the same units because my enemies are picking the same units. If I try to change and diversify my plays, I'll keep consistently losing, and it frustrates me. I'm a human, okay? I get frustrated too, okay? Now, don't let other people tell you this. People on social media will show you their best side. If you look at majority of my content, you will notice that the only things I upload are wins. You know why? Because when I lose on a tilt spree, I stop recording. That's it. I don't upload videos that I don't want to watch. Is what it is. Halfway through a video, I could get mad, and I stop myself before getting all passionate, before I start gamer raging, if you will. Okay? I'm not flawless, no one is flawless. And when I see 15% happen, which I know for a fact is 15% because ain't no way, my enemy resists my 230 effectiveness winter. There's just no way. Anyways, as I was saying, when these gamer rage moments happen, I just stop recording. And if I'm being honest with you, as I said, I don't want to upload content I would not watch. And you can make the argument that this video might not be something I want to watch, which, fair enough. But at the same time, if for some reason you're still here, you tell me, what are ways I can improve? Can I improve my PvP gameplay videos? Should I even bother making thumbnails and stuff like that? Should I even bother with Epic 7 content? Because if I'm being honest with you, this channel is not really a long-term thing. I don't want to stay here forever. I don't want to use YouTube as a job per se. I don't see myself staying with YouTube for years to come. This is just a temporary thing. This is supposed to be fun, and it doesn't feel like fun. And even recording this video feels like I'm putting my head on a slate, waiting for that guillotine to just, do its thing. That's the level I reached. I don't know, maybe it's all in my head, but I just wanted to be honest. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the clock in the background that keeps making noise. Maybe I'll use background music to cover it up. I don't know. As I said, thank you for watching. Take care.